Trey? I was wondering about Ron Jeremy and Chasey Lane. You had a lot of adult stars. How did you get them to be in the movie?
We actually had a friend named Farrell who we stumbled onto when we were sort of broke and living on floors in L.A. And he was this like porn producer, but he was like our age, and he sort of showed us the whole world of porno. And we went to like 3 porno shoots with him, and he knew these people, and they were, you know, Ron Jeremy, he'll put himself in anything. He just wants to. Most of the stars were pretty into doing something where, you know, they didn't have to take their clothes off, and so. But you know, actually, the really cool thing about Ron Jeremy, and it's not that cool, but he's narcoleptic, which means he can fall asleep. He falls asleep on the drop of a gun. And so we'd be in the middle of shooting, and he'd be like, okay, so, you know, let's change this. Why don't you say that instead and do this? Okay, ready? And, you know, get behind the camera, and he's asleep. And we wake him up and go, okay, dude, you know, we're going to, let's try this again. You know, he's like, oh, okay. And he could be sitting down, standing up, and he'd fall asleep. So I don't know how he got through all those pornos.
Hey, Trey, this is Widget with Corona's Coming Attractions website. How's it going? Oh, good. Golden Arches. I love it. Listen, how's the South Park movie coming along?
It's kind of a bitch right now, actually. It's, you know, having to go from the TV show to the movie. The movie's in a building like 5 minutes away, so it's hard to do, but it's in production. We turned in the script about 2 weeks ago, and we've got a whole other, you know, team working on it while we're doing the TV shows.
Yeah, hey, Trey, this is Judd.
Hey,
I just wanted to thank you on behalf of all of the people here at Dragon Con for the booze, the great-looking women serving the food, and Rachel, man, it's great. The movie was great, man. It rocked.
Is Rachel that hot, though, seriously?
Oh, seriously, yeah.
Really?
She's a total babe, man.
Right on.
All right. Thanks a lot, man.
I didn't come now.
You're a god among men, man. You rule.
Wow.
Hi, Trey. This is Rob from St. Louis. It's marginal. Two quick questions. One, how scary is it working with Kevin Smith? And 2, when you guys have a creative block and you can't think of anything funny, what do you guys do to try to get it going?
Is Jason there?
Yeah, hey, dude, I don't know what he's talking about.
Kevin Smith.
I don't know. It's this dude we met at a film conference a long time ago who's going to be here. Hello?
Well, how did we work with him?
Never.
It was great working with Kevin Smith.
No, some of the Clerks-type websites have been saying that Kevin Smith is writing and working on the South Park movie.
Actually, that's not true. Kevin Smith, we met him one time, and he's cool, but no, Trey, you met him maybe, but you were like 15, and so, no. So, no.
If Kevin Smith's helping out on the movie, he's definitely not getting paid for it. Acknowledge that.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure I wrote the script.
Sorry about that. The other thing I wanted to know is, what do you guys do if you have any kind of creative block to try to, you know, get things going again and get moving?
LSD.
What do you think, dude?
Hey, Trey. Hey, Trey. Hold on, this is Dan.
Oh.
Hey.
Hi, buddy.
Rachel is pretty fucking hot.
Are there any more questions from the press? We have a press. I need press people.
Hey, how's it going? This is Sean.
Hey, Sean.
I had a question for you. I was wondering if you were planning on cutting any of the scenes to get an R rating. Personally, I don't think you should compromise your position. I think it works the way it is.
It's not, you know, it's not even a matter of, to me, it's so ridiculous. You know, if I would have set out to make a really launchy movie, if I would have set out to make an NC-17 movie, then I would have given them fucking raunchy, you know what I mean? But I set out to make, my whole the thing I wanted to do with this was, I want to make a movie about porno, but I want to make it look totally wholesome and make it like a wholesome 50s movie with like a nice guy and a nice girl, and they end up together, and it's so ridiculous to me that it gets an NC-17 when you look at, you know, all the other stuff that gets an R. And when I talked to the NCAA, I said, you know, is it the plastic dildo on the guy's head? And they said, well, that's definitely a problem. And I said, okay, so in the movie 7, when a woman gets raped and killed with a dildo that's, you know, razor blades, that's okay, but a plastic dildo on some guy's head is NC-17. You know, and just for everything, you know, and it's really scary, because what I've learned from this whole thing is that it just comes down to the fact that we're not a studio, and someone like Universal, Paramount, they all have the power to, you know, argue with these people and to go through an appeal process and all this stuff that Orgazmo doesn't have the money to do, and so it really is, unfortunately, just you know, an independent film and an independent filmmaker. The NPAA can just decide, we don't want the American public to see this, and they rate it NC-17. And the truth is that, you know, it's rated NC-17. It means it can't get advertised in paper. It means it can't get advertised on television. It means it can't get released in a lot of theaters, which is all fine, because we meant this to be a very small, you know, movie. But you know, I'm certainly not going to cut it for them. And October, who bought the film, luckily for us, is like been like the coolest, and they're standing behind us, and they're not going to cut anything out.
Hey, Trey?
Yeah.
Tonight they showed actually the uncut version from the Toronto Film Festival, basically the same version of that with a little bit of the extra music put in from Nickelback Records, but it's not the finished cut version that's going to actually play theatrically October 23rd.
But, you know, the cut, it was, you know, they said, go try to cut it again for an R, and all I did was, you know, I had creatively wanted to make some changes to the film just because we got done shooting Orgazmo. It was during the shooting Orgazmo, it was during the second week of shooting, that Matt came up to me and said, dude, we just got picked up for a TV show. And I was like, oh, okay, well, we got to finish this movie and then we'll start working on the TV show. So I literally, we ended shooting Orgazmo, and the next day we started making South Park. And so, you know, I didn't get to do a lot of things I wanted to do with Orgazmo, so I took that opportunity to just cut things out of the film that I wanted to cut, but not anything that, I wasn't cutting it for them, I was cutting it for me.